Hey, welcome back, students. In this video, we want to go ahead and look at some dilution calculations. And so we've already got one set up for us here. And essentially what we have is we have a 0.68 liter, 2.8 molar solution. And we want to know to what volume do we reduce it to if we want to reduce the concentration to 1.5 molar. Okay? And so here are the important parts. As always, I've always recommended you underline the information that you know. If there are any numbers presented. And so we've got a number here, 1.5 molar, we've got a number here, 0.68 liters, and we've got a number here, 2.8 molar. And so what we want to keep in mind is always the equation. That equation I'm going to write up top here. Molar of concentration of the first one times the volume of the first solution is equal to the concentration of the second one times the volume of the second one. And so here's our working equation, and all we really need to do is to kind of identify what parts go with what and put them into the equation and then solve from there. So since we already have everything underlined here, what we really need to do is just go ahead and identify what's the M1 V1 and the M2 V2. We'll start at the very first number, so 0.68 liters. This is a volume, so this would be my V1. The 2.8 molar is going to be my M1, since that is the first concentration. And then another, I guess, a key word or a little bit of a word that will give you a clue here is going to be reduced. Okay, so this means that you're going to have a reduction. So this marks the beginning of the second instance or the second concentration, second solution that you're going to be looking for. And so concentration is the word that we see there. And we've got a concentration of 1.5 molar. So this here is my M2. And what we're looking for here is the final volume. So here is my V2, which I really don't know. Okay, because that's what we're looking for. And so what I want to do now is kind of just plug everything into the equation. And so we'll begin with our M1. And our M1 here is going to be 2.8 molar. We're going to multiply this times the volume of the first, which is 0.68 liters. This is going to be equal to the concentration of the volume and the volume of the second one. So our molar concentration of the second solution, or the final solution that we want, is going to be 1.5 molar, and we're going to multiply that by the volume that we want. In this case, we don't know, so we'll leave it as V2. And since we're looking for the V2, here's our question mark. We need to solve that. That means I need to get rid of the concentration from the right side of the equation, so I need to divide by 1.5 molar. And when I do that, that cancels out, and what I do to one side, I must do to the other side. So there's 1.5 molar there. You're going to notice right off the bat that my molar units cancel, and what I'm left with is the units in liters. So if I take this number here and I take 2.8, multiply it by 0.68 and divide it by 1.5, I should come out with the volume that I want. And so that concentration there, or excuse me, that volume there, V2 then, is going to be equal to 1.27. And since the units are liters, my answer is in liters as well. This here is the answer for this first problem.